Another 10 minutes, sir, we will start.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Madam, good afternoon.
Vinuta, madam.
Yes, miss. Shall we start now?
You can start, no problem.
A very good afternoon to one and all. And welcome, respected principal, Dr. Srimati J.S. Kavlekar, distinguished resource person, Dr. H.S. Kumara, IQAC coordinator, Dr. Satish MP sir, organizing secretary, Ms. Vinuta Bellat, convener, Ms. Sudha Sarikar, members of the staff, students, and all the learned delegates. I, Ms. Divya Parulekar, Assistant Professor in English, extends a warm welcome to all to this national webinar on Introduction to UGC, MOOCs and SWAYAM courses, organized by IQAC in association with Students' Welfare Unit of KLE Society's Raja Lakamagowda Science Institute, Belagavi. As we all know, SWAYAM is a government MOOC, offers the opportunity to continuously gain knowledge and become academically qualified. It makes quality courses accessible to anyone, regardless of their economic status, gender, nationality, caste, and so on. On this day, we have with us an eminent speaker who will throw light on these concepts. To begin with, I request Ms. Vinuta Bellat, Assistant Professor in Physics and convener to this program, to welcome the audience.
Good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Ms. Vinuta JP, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, RL Science Institute, Belagavi. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to this one-day national webinar on Introduction to UGC MOOCs and SWAYAM courses organized by IQAC in association with Student Welfare Unit, KLE Society's Raja Lakamagowda Science Institute, Belagavi. Today we have with us our resource person, Dr. H.S. Kumar, Associate Professor, School of Planning and Architecture, University of Mysore. So on behalf of our management, all faculty members, participants, and on my own behalf, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. I extend my warm welcome to our beloved principal, Madam, Dr. Srimati J.S. Kavlekar. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I also welcome Dr. Satisha MP, IQAC Coordinator and Life Member, KLE Society, Ms. Sudha Sarikar, Convener and Student Welfare Officer, Technical Partner, Srimati Priyanka Kamath, all faculty members and participant delegates. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our principal, Dr. Srimati J.S. Kavlekar, ma'am, to address the audience.
Thank you, madam. Very good afternoon to one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the national webinar on Introduction to UGC MOOC and SWAYAM courses organized by Student Welfare Unit in association with IQAC of KLE Society's Raja Lakhamgowda Science Institute Autonomous Belagavi. To say something about our society, our KLE Society was established on 13th November 1916 by 7 dedicated teachers whom we call them as Saptarishis. Today, under the leadership of our Honorable Chairman, Dr. Prabhakar Kore sir, our society has grown into an amazing educational organization of 270 plus institutions, and one among them is our institute, Raja Lakhamgowda Science Institute Autonomous, Belagavi. Our college was established in the year 1935, and the degree course in science was inaugurated in the year 1944 by Sir C.V. Raman, the Nobel laureate. We are accredited thrice by NAC at A grade and are an autonomous institute since 2013. We offer 2 UG programs, BSc and BCA, with several certificate courses. We have 3 PG programs, MSc Physics, MSc Chemistry, and MSc Mathematics. This current academic year onwards, we have adopted CBCS system. In fact, we mainly look towards providing quality education, and our curriculum design is also focused on employability, entrepreneurship, and skill development. We make efforts to take the best teaching learning resources to all our stakeholders. And in this context, we have organized today's webinar. The MOOC is the modern day quality education tool to educate the mass. MOOC platforms have gained fast popularity as these courses can be learned at our place as per our convenience at home or sometimes without any course. Most of the courses of MOOC are aimed at unlimited participation and open access via the web. So there is no boundaries for sharing the knowledge. We are also aware that Government of India is making every effort to develop online national portal for quality education called SWAYAM to offer online courses to learners of the nation. SWAYAM, in fact, is a boon to all the learners. The main objective of SWAYAM is to take the best teaching learning resources to all. It will help the nation in skill development program through which the employment and skilled manpower is created. In this context, to know more about UGC, MOOC and SWAYAM courses, our Student Welfare Unit in association with IQAC has organized today's national webinar. For this webinar, we have with us an eminent speaker, Dr. H.S. Kumara, Associate Professor, School of Planning and Architecture, University of Mysore, Manas Gangotri, Mysuru. Sir, I, on behalf of our management, all the participants, entire faculty and student community, and on my own behalf, I extend a warm welcome to you. And I also thank you for accepting our invitation to grace the occasion.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. I extend a warm and a hearty welcome to all the esteemed participants of the webinar. Welcome to all the esteemed management members of KLE, and welcome to Professor Nanjapnar, Life Member and Member Secretary of KLE, Dr. Satisha MP, also IQAC and NAC Coordinator for College, as well as Life Member and Member Secretary of KLE. Welcome to the entire organizing team, all my staff and students. I conclude with a quote by Malcolm. Education is a passport to the future, but tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So let's make the best use of today's webinar. Sir, I welcome you. I welcome all the participants and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now I request Ms. Sudha Sarikar, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, to introduce the resource person, Dr. H.S. Kumara.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce our today's resource person, Dr. H.S. Kumara, Associate Professor in Urban and Regional Planning course at School of Planning and Architecture, and Swayam Coordinator, University of Mysuru, Manasa Gangotri, Mysuru. Sir has completed his master degree in Urban and Regional Planning and doctoral degree in Urban and Regional Planning in University of Mysuru. He has more than 18-year teaching and consultancy experience. He has published 30 research articles in various national and international peer-reviewed journals such as Environment and Urbanization Asia, Sales Publications, International Journal of Computing and ICT Research, International Journal of Managed Urban and Energy Sustainability, and Journal of ITPI, Delhi, and National Town and Country Planning National Congress proceedings. He has presented more than 30 research papers in seminars, workshops, and training programs. And he completed 5 research projects sponsored by Government of Karnataka and Government of India. He has done 6 professional certificate courses, including ARPIT course from NITTTR, Chennai, IIRS, Dehradun. Sir has organized many workshops and webinars on online training programs. Currently, 8 PhD candidates registered under his guidance. He has served as a coordinator online outreach program conducted by Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Dehradun, and Indian Space Research Organization, Department of Space, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, consecutive member of Educational Standing Committee, ITPI, New Delhi, and consecutive council member of ITPI Regional Chapter, Bengaluru, Karnataka. He is a life member of Institute of Town Planner in India, New Delhi, and life member of Indian Society of Remote Sensing, Dehradun, India. Presently, he is a University Swayam Coordinator, UGC-MOOC, a vertical of Swayam University Grant Commission, New Delhi, a Center Coordinator, Swayam Course Examination, University Grant Commission, New Delhi, Nodal Officer, Disbursement of Scheme and Benefits to Suicide Formal Children, Government of Karnataka, Bengaluru, Nodal Person, Center of Science and Environment, New Delhi, Coordinator, Administrative Training Institute, MOOC, first. With this brief introduction, I present before you Dr. H.S. Kumar. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you very much, madam. Brief introduction. First of all, I like to thank Dr. Srimati J.S. Kavlekar, Principal KLE Science Institute, Belagavi. Then I'll thank Ms. Sudha Sarikar because she only contacted me for this webinar. All the faculty members who are working in the RL Science Institute, all fellow participants. I will take the national webinar on introduction to UGC MOOC courses and MOOCs and SWAYAM courses. So I will share my screen. Just 1 minute. Okay, dear participant as well as per the honorable principal J.S. Kavlekar, my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, I will take a very interesting introduction to UGC MOOCs and SWAYAM courses. Probably interim, you have any doubts you can ask me or you can put it in the chat box. Probably in the after the presentation we take a what has to be done. We can answer all the questions. As far as because already you are aware that University Grant Commission as well as for the taking into consideration there is a 9 national coordinator is there in all over India. they started in the platform of SWAYAM courses. Just I'll take an introduction very interestingly. Because already we are aware India is having for the demographic dividend, because very interestingly, because almost majority of the people is there in the young population having for the 0 to 24 years age. Then second, very interesting, that is for the what is that internet penetration, that's also very important. The India is having for the second highest number of internet penetration. Probably I think China is the first, India is the second highest internet penetration, taking into consider. Then also very interestingly in the present taking for the in the COVID-19 pandemic, probably will come to know there is a major role played by the online education, very interestingly. Then taking for the how this internet penetration is increased, probably if you take in 2006 only 2% of the people can able to access for the internet penetrations were there in the thing. If you taking for 2020 almost 36% by the time probably in the 2021 probably it reached for almost 40 to 43% both rural and urban area. This is also one of the interesting, we need to be keep it in our mind as far as for the how that rapidly increasing for the internet penetration, that's also very important. Then further as far as smart phone penetration, this is also very interesting, because all are because now because of this pandemic, then all the educational institutions they started for the online courses based on the thing. Then everyone they're started for using for the various apps, then also taking for the using the smartphone for the internet penetration. This is also one of the interesting that there in the thing. Then taking very interestingly in the earlier cases taking for only for the learning, then taking for the earn and the retire, these are all the things. But here there is a process of lifelong learning instead of learn, earn and retire. This is also one of the slogan taking into consider. Then also whatever the work in the future that's based on the online based, that's also there in the thing. Then recently the Ministry of Education is proposed almost 2,300 crore rupees they spending for developing and translating digital courses, content, resource over the next 5 years. This is also very interesting. They have taken as a flagship program under the Ministry of Education. They need to spend so much crore rupees for creating for the digital content. Then that content need to be reached for the all the education that academia as well as for the education. So that's also one of the motive of Ministry of Education they started. Then taking different e-learning techniques will be used, like probably I think presently you are also making for the YouTube streaming, that's also there in the thing. Then also some of the universities or some of the institutions they started for the Google Classroom for the taking into consider taking the online classes. Then there is a SWAYAM probably that will there in the thing, probably we'll discuss in the later. Then also very interesting, there is a SWAYAM probably that is also one of the 24/7 32 education channels were there, that will discuss in the later. Then also very interestingly that's EPG portal. Under the EPG portal there are so many content were there in the EPG portal. These are the some of the different e-learning techniques are available. Then as one of the pillars of the Digital India initiative of Government of India, they started for the SWAYAM under NMICT, because these are all the terminology probably already were all well versed with the thing, National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. That's for the NMICT, because already we are aware of NMICT. So it was started very long back. Based on the thing under the NMICT, they started for the so many program under the thing. Then now they started for the one of the pillars of Digital India is concerned. Then taking as well as internet usage. There's a very interesting. This is that just taken yesterday only. I downloaded through the internet. Taking into consider for the internet usage, probably taking into consider the entire world, probably check for the what is the share of Asian countries, almost 51%. That is a major share is there in the Asian country. Then Asian country is playing for the important role for that is for the internet usage or maybe internet penetration. Then other thing, if taking for the, in the right side, they taking for the in a minute, probably taken into consider for the various apps, various that social media we are using. So based on the thing, probably which is the major share, probably taken into consider the email having for the highest usage, then followed by the WhatsApp. These are the some of the things for understanding for the thing how frequently you are going to be using that internet services as an online or whatever the thing. This also for the understanding. Then another interesting, this is again there is a I am downloaded from the journal that is for the science director in the Elsevier publication. They conducted some survey based on the thing. Then what is the percentage of the teachers using online teaching modes? Then also taking for the what is the percentage of students using online learning modes? So based on the thing, even if you take for the some of the universities, they started their own learning management system. Then also there is a Google Classroom, then also using Zoom, Cisco, Google Meet, Skype, whatever the form, whatever the various apps are available. Then started for the YouTubes, then started for the WhatsApp, email or whatever the thing. Based on the finally they concluded that then reaching for teachers as well as a student 100%, that is for the WhatsApp as well as for the email. This is some of the findings. That is only for the bringing to your on the audience, taking into consideration for the effectiveness of these online courses. Then as far as MOOCs is concerned, massive open online course is concerned, taking into consideration for the 2012, probably take for the I'm taking for the 2012 as well as for the 2020. Based on the thing, the funding is very minimal. When come to the 2000 funding, there is enormously increased. Then when you're taking for the learners, there's also very important. Only for the 2 million learners were there in the 2012. When you're taking for 2020, 180 millions. That is for the that's a rapidly increase for these learners as well as for the MOOCs courses is concerned. When you're taking for the partner means who are all going to developing the courses. That is for the university partners. There is the 40 were there in the 2012. By 2020, there almost 950 that university partners were there for the developing the content, delivering the courses. That's also very interesting. Then when you're taking for the number of courses, entire globe only 250 courses were there in the 2012. Then by now the 2020 almost 16,000 courses were available. So this is all one of the things taking into consider. Then also taking for the revenue, there is a zero revenue for the 2012, then hundreds of millions of revenue. This is very interesting, taking into consider for the how rapidly growing for the as well as for the MOOC courses for the entire global scenario is concerned. So here I will not spend too much time for the e-learning concept, flavor, content creation, content delivery, e-platform and discussion. So these are all because already you are aware e-learning as well as for the web-based learning, because both are taking into consider for the some of the synchronized learning as well as for the asynchronized learning. So when you are taking for the e-learning, because already you are aware use of the internet related technology for the development and distribution of enhanced of learning resources. These are all the presently what we are doing. When you are taking for the web-based learning, because if you take for the web-based learning in the SWAYAM, probably you record your whatever the lecture that need to be uploaded in the web, or then whenever you free you can download it, you can read you can view that video or whatever. That is for called as a web-based learning. I will not go for these are all the things. You already were all well versed with the thing. I will skip on this. Then very interestingly, we need to understand for the platform learning management system. As far as very interesting thing, as far as you are all aware of the various platform. As far as India is concerned, we have the platform called as a SWAYAM. That taking into consider. When you taking this platform, we need to understand for the what is the learning management system. This is a broader term used to describe software tools designed to manage user learning intervention and provide access to the online learning services for the student, teachers as well as for the administrator. This is also very important. Even some of the universities, you take for the IITs, they rank for the own learning management system. Some of the central universities, they started for they rank for the own learning management system. Something like that. So based on the thing, very interestingly, probably I think just I'll taking for this interesting aspect as well as for the I'll inform to the principal Kavlekar ma'am. There is an InflibNet. Probably you are all there in the under the UGC as well as for the universities. Probably there is InflibNet is there in the Ahmedabad. Under the InflibNet, if you register, they will give one for the in the free of cost for the learning management system. Based on the learning, only thing you need to go for the your institution level registration. Then based on the learning management system, that will help you for delivering the classes, taking into consider for the all the students as well as for the you can have some kind of discussion with the faculty or whatever. This is also very interesting. The learning management system also very important for the any platform for the running the online courses. The software system that allows the development and delivery of education courses using the internet as a delivery system. Then this is only for the additional thing because it's very important. That's for the open pedagogy of the taking into consider Bloom's taxonomy. This is also very interesting because already in your institutions already there is in bachelor's degrees as well as for the master's degrees. Probably you started for the choice based credit system. Then also you are also accreditation by the NAC. Probably you will also very importantly we need to understand for the what is the object based learning. That's also very important. When you take into consider object based learning, then also we need to understand for the how we are going to be applying for the Bloom's taxonomy. So this is very much required for the entire educational institution in India, taking into consider. Then also very interestingly, in the earlier there is an US accord. Whenever you taking for the any student interested to joining US or maybe any countries in the abroad for the pursuing for the masters or bachelors, whatever the degrees, As per the US Accord, they made mandate for any Indian university having the degree. That degree need to be accredited by the either by the NBA or maybe NAC or something like that, or whatever AICT. So these are all some of the mandate things were there. So based on the mandate thing, then also each these regulatory bodies, they started for whenever you're taking for the accreditation or whatever the thing, that Bloom's taxonomy need to be there in the thing. So that's why very important. Probably looking for all these six very important. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. Probably even if you take for the, some of the social science courses, only we can restrict to only for apply. We are not analyzing, we are not evaluating, we are not giving any scope for the creativity and idea or something like that. So these are the some of the thing. Probably this is only for the as an additional input to the student, taking into consider for the Bloom's taxonomy. Then also faculty member, whenever you started for the designing the curriculum, whenever you started for the designing the syllabus, designing the program, then we need given for the weightages for all Bloom's taxonomy, taking into consider all the 6 parameter, which are all the units or which are all the content we given for evaluation, which are all the content is given to analyze, which are the content is given for the scope for the creativity, design or whatever. These are all the some of the thing probably that will help you for understanding. This is only for the additional thing I have had it. Then moving to the massive open online courses. This is again given for the boundaryless institute as well as for the universities. Then given, because already you are aware, massive, that is for the large enrollment number, open, no mandatory qualification to the open to all. Because very interestingly, earlier is that's if you take part in the global scenario, that is for the open to all. Then again online, that is a fully online courses. The course structure, course content is on online courses aimed to unlimited participant and open access via web. These are all the very very important. Then they are having the basic philosophy of MOOCs is 3A, that is for the anytime, anyone, anywhere. So only thing, whenever you traveling, probably you can check it in your email. Like that, as soon as anybody joining the course of under the SWAYAM platform in the MOOC courses, so only thing is we need to be go for the, there is a procedure for the joining the courses, there is a dashboard will be open, then you can that will discuss in the later. So based on the thing, then whenever you free, then probably you can log in, then you can view the video that is already available in the depository, is available in your in the whatever in the web page or whatever the thing. So these are all some of the things. That's why they call it as anytime, anyone, and anywhere. This is for the 3 basic philosophy of massive open online courses. Then this is again already we started in the global scenario as far as massive open online courses, how these MOOC courses is increasing rapidly. So this is again in the thing in the 2018 that increase exponentially from as far as India is concerned in the massive open online courses. These are all the some of the number of registration. When actually these MOOC courses were started in the 2017, because 2016 there is a regulation framed by the Government of India under the Ministry of Human Resource Development. Now there is a presently Ministry of Education. Based on the thing 2016 there is a guidelines taking for the mandate for all universities that need to be followed, all education institutes need to be followed for the given mandate for the credit transfer of these MOOC courses, that is for the thing. Then again there is 23 lakh students were enrolled. Then also number of courses were there 17, only 434 for the as far as for the SWAYAM platform. When you taking for the current almost 1500 courses available for the in a cycle. That's also very very important. You have the bunch of choices are available for the entire in the as well as for the SWAYAM platform is concerned. Then this is very interesting, the statistics as far as probably I think you can now itself you can log into the SWAYAM central, probably you will get this data. So as of now there is a 203 that is for the collaborating institutions were there. Then so far they completed for the 4,000 courses they completed. Then here the very interestingly there is an enrollment, there is an 1.1 crore 84 lakh students were enrolled. Then when come to the as far as for the examination registration, they will come to the only for the 11 lakh 86,000 they come for the registration of the examination. When come to the pass, there is only 1 lakh students completion of the course. So this is also very very important, that need to be keep it in our mind. So many students enthusiastically they will come for the enrolling the courses. Then based on the things, sometimes because of the various reasons or whatever the things, some they were not able to view the videos, they were not able to submit the assignment based on the schedule. So then also whatever the interaction or whatever the thing, based on the thing, this is also continuous assessment taking into consider. So that's why they are finding difficult to enroll the examination. Even the enrolling the examination, because already you are aware, because these are all the exams is conducted by the National Testing Agency. There is an apex body is created by Government of India. Under the National Testing Agency, all over India, they are conducting for the SWAYAM examination. So based on the thing, they will only conducting for the SWAYAM examination proposed as well as for the online examination. So both the examination evaluated by the National Testing Agency. So based on the thing, then only will come to know only 9% of the student is passed. For the entire taking into consideration for the course, 9% of the student was passed. Then also very interestingly, NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enabled Learning or Enhanced Learning, it is the most visited academic YouTube channel in the world. This is also very interesting. Somebody having for the technical courses or maybe engineering or whatever the thing, probably they mainly depend on the NPTEL courses, because so many courses, even in a student, because in the last year, there was one student from the highest Indian Institute of Science. So he has offered from his curriculum, he has earned for the almost 9 or whatever the 50 to 60 credits through the SWAYAM. So that's also very important. They are given for the honorary degree. So something like that. These are all the some of the thing. Then also AACT, they started for taking into consideration for the thing, any student earning for the credit more than whatever the academic requirement, they will ready to give for some honorary degree, honors degree or something like this. These are all the some of the things already they made in the guidelines. Probably that will help you. So here, very interestingly, if you take for the enrollment as well as for the examination registration, so many people are enrolling, but when come to the examination registration, it is very minimal. Then even that examination registration for the completion of the course, then very minimal. These are all the some of the thing. Not only for India, then also very interestingly, probably I think you are all aware of the thing. There is a platform called edX under the Moodle. So under the edX, this is the first. edX is started for the entire globe, started for the massive open online courses, MIT as well as for the Harvard. Based on these universities, they started for the MOOC courses under the global platform in the Moodle. Based on the thing, even though so many lakhs of students are enrolling for the entire globe, when come to the completion certificate, very less than the 10% or whatever the thing. These are some of the thing. Probably we need to be keep it in our mind, taking into consideration for the thing. So entire our SWAYAM platform, there is a complete courses from 9 national coordinators there that we'll discuss in the later. There is a overall 9 national coordinator, the coordinating for the entire SWAYAM courses. So then when you're taking for the component of a MOOC courses, so the course content as well as for video lecture, assignments, objectives, subjective programming, text transcripts and lab demos also is available. Live interaction session by the faculty, then discussion. But these are all the some of the sequencing activities there in the thing, entire taking into consideration for the whichever the, suppose if you're taking for the 4 credit course, they'll given for the what are the taking how many weeks, 15 to 16 weeks, whatever the weeks is there, each week they'll given for the what are the content they are going to be delivery, then which content or which unit they are having the discussion forum, or which unit is having for the live interaction program, or which unit is the having for the demo, that whatever the things. These are the some of the things each course coordinator will be designed, that's available in the platform. Then moving very importantly, that's taking into consideration as a classification of the different parameters on the platform. Then courses, then again if you're taking for the global scenario, then for the so many paid courses are available, so many courses available in the free of cost. As far as in the SWAYAM is concerned, there is no fee for enrollment is concerned. But whereas in the other platform, either you take for the edX or you take into consideration the various other platform, Coursera or whatever the thing, they have to pay for this so much money for taking into consideration for the enrolling the courses or whatever the thing. Then also some of the courses having the schedule driven, that is the phase. Some of the courses as a candidate itself they can make for the self phase, based on the thing they can freeze out the schedule of the whatever the thing. Then when you taking for the instructor university courses, then also private firms, because very interestingly as far as university courses, whatever the courses is there, probably that courses is only for the university students. See, because from 2018 to till now, I am working as a course coordinator for SWAYAM courses, University of Mysore, definitely for the University of Mysore. Based on the thing, we are in the 7th cycle. So we have completed for the 6th cycle. Now we are in the 7th cycle. They started for enrollment. I think July 1st they started for the courses. The enrollment will be there up to August of this year. So these are all the some of the thing we need to understand. Only for as an university courses, that is applicable for only for the student who are the current student who are learning in the university, that is applicable for the taking for the credit transfer. Some of the private firms is there, they can run the courses, they will give the certification, but that is not applicable for the credit transfer. Then taking for the major platforms and players, because already you are aware that we started edX, Course Builder, Blackboard, IQ, Moodle, Udacity. These are some of the platforms that taken into consideration for the entire globe is concerned. But as far as India is concerned, SWAYAM is the platform of our massive open online courses as far as India is concerned. Then I will quickly taking these index that very interesting. MIT and Harvard University they started for the first time. Based on the thing, almost 10 million were there in the thing. Even there, the completion of these courses is only for the 10%. This is some of the thing. Then I will not go for the detail. Then also very interestingly, National Program on Technology and Learning (NPTEL), because this is again this NPTEL is very they playing for a very important role as well as for the NPTEL is concerned. So all ACT, whatever the courses comes under the ACT, all technical courses, that all the courses developed and also available in the platform that is made by the under the NPTEL program. Under this NPTEL program is project funded by the NMICT, because already I have mentioned for the National Mission on Education through ICT, under it was initiated by the MHRD in the year of 2003. The very interestingly, this NPTEL is managed by only few IITs, taking into consider Indian Institute of Science as well as for the Indian Institute of Technologies, taking into consider for the they are developing the courses. They are again made available in the SWAYAM platform and taking into consider for the thing. This is also very interesting. Then also all IITs as well as for the Indian Institute of Science, they made mandate for each faculty should have one courses need to be developed. That's the mandate things for there. Then that's also very interesting. That is there in the thing. Then here as well as for the that NPTEL. E-learning through online web video courses, engineering, science, technology, management, whatever the thing. These are all some of the thing. That's one thing. Then taking as well as for the massive open online courses, we need to be understand what are the instructional designs we need to be followed. What is the principles, procedure need to be followed. What are the instruction materials, relation. These are all the some of the thing. They have combined all the thing in the bunch. They call it as ODI model. Their analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. These are all the some of the thing basics as any faculty are interested to developing for the MOOC courses under the SWAYAM platform. They need to be followed for the ODI model. Analyze the learners, objectives, methods, media materials, then also learner participation, evaluator. These are all some of the things. Then only we need to be understand the core requirement. Any faculties come forward for developing the MOOC courses, we need to understand overall the audience, whether your course is designed for only for the undergraduate, your course is designed for the postgraduate students, or your course is designed for heterogeneous as well as homogeneous target group. That need to be understand. Then structure the number of units. How many units you are going to be? Because already you are aware as far as for the CBCS regulation for the entire country, they are for the common units or some of the things they made for the UG, PG. Then also there is so many model curriculum is available for the UGC as well as for the ACT, taking into consider for these structures as well as the number of units. Then here they will given for the how many units in the quiz units, resource element, document, communication section, video lecture. Then again the participant requirement, credit transfer or maybe only certificate. These are all the two options were there in the thing. Only thing is if the credit transfer, then the student should be the current student studying pursuing for the either undergraduate or maybe postgraduate. Then only possible for the credit transfer. Only certification, anyone can join the courses, they can get the certification. Then also we need to understand for the online or proctored examination, this is there in the thing. Then also assignment, then media, communication, research. These are some of the things. I will not go for the detail for understanding. Now I will go to the SWAYAM. Very interestingly, the Minister of Human Resource Development, now they call it as Minister of Education, has embarked called SWAYAM. Study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. So this is for the full form of SWAYAM is concerned. When come to the SWAYAM, that's for the MHRD initiated to develop and make available massive open online courses to the learner throughout the country. Because already we given very interestingly there are three important anytime, anywhere or anyone can access for the whatever the course content available in the under the SWAYAM platform. That is the only thing. The very required mandate thing is we require for the registration of the course, whichever the course is there in the available in the SWAYAM platform. Then the very interestingly, the three cardinal principles of education policy: access, equity, and quality. So very interestingly, each one can able to access for the whatever the content or courses available. Then also there is equal opportunity given for the thing. Suppose if you take for the thing, some of the student, because even if you take for the University of Mysore, or you take for the JNU, or you take for the National Law School Delhi, or you take for the various other premier institutions were there in the thing. Some of the professor are there in the senior professor are working in the premier institution. They will developing the course. That course can be accessible for the any student for the all over the country. They can have the some kind of experience and exposure. Then also get the certification, because when you taking for the thing after getting your degree, you are showcasing because already you have completed the SWAYAM courses. These courses is developed by the either maybe National Law School or maybe JNU or maybe some other universities. So that will show that we are competent to other university taking into consideration with knowledge or whatever, something like that. This is also very, very interesting. We need to be interested for the equal opportunity. Then also whatever the courses made available in the SWAYAM platform, there is a quality. So based on the thing, there is a lengthy of procedures for there while developing the content of the thing. That's why each faculty there is a procedure need to be followed. There is a peer committees there for the before submitting the proposal. They will scrutinize your proposal. They will take for the whether this course can be run it in the SWAYAM. So many procedures were there. That will take for minimum 6 months for the before taking for the entering for any faculty for this course coordinator for the developing the 4 credit course. So that will be there in the thing. Then again, this is done through the indigenous developed IT platform that facilitates hosting of all the courses taught in the classrooms from 9th class to till post graduation. So this SWAYAM platform that whatever the courses available from the 9th class to up to post graduation. That's why the UGC-MOOCs they call it as a vertical of SWAYAM. So taken it on the top of it, vertical of SWAYAM, it means that the top of all the courses in the post graduation. Already given for the it can be accessed for the anyone anywhere at any time. Then as far as SWAYAM is concerned, is an unique and world largest online and e-learning platform which is developed already is mentioned for the indigenously developed under the Ministry of Human Resources as present Minister of Education. Then Government of India as well as for the All India Institute of Technical Education, that is AICT, with the help of Microsoft Corporation. They is given for the all our IT support entire SWAYAM platform that is supported by the Microsoft Corporation, so Microsoft Corporation India Private Limited. They are very interestingly because we started in Mysore University, we started in 2018 in the February in the first cycle. Based on the thing, at the time the students are finding very difficult to, suppose if you are accessing the thing in the video, probably it will take for the too much time for the streaming of video, some of the bandwidth length, or so many issues were there. Now as far as the thing, there are a lot of maturity were there in the present. Probably if you take for the present any faculty or any student, probably can see that demo videos are available in the SWAYAM platform for the each courses. Within a fraction of a second you can view the video. So this kind of band wavelength they have created. Even they given for the up to 20,000 student you can view the video for in a minute, something like that. These are also some of the bandwidth they created for the Microsoft. This is also one of the high-end technology there in the thing. Then again, the main objective of this proposal of the earlier creation of content on online on courses, the school secondary level to post graduation. Then again taking for the repurposing of e-content course. This is repurposing means nothing but earlier under the NMICT, under the EPG part, so many content were created. That is for the call it as digital repository. When you are taking for this digital repository they created, then same thing they converted in the video form. That's for the repurposing of the content. Then develop India's India MOOCs platform named as a SWAYAM. This for the platform is taking into consider. Then again running thousands of courses simultaneously. These are some of the interesting thing. Then taking one-stop web and mobile-based interactive course ranging from high school to the university level, high quality learning experience using multimedia and anytime anywhere basis. This is also very, very interesting. Probably take for the entire country. Whenever as a faculty for interested for the developing the MOOC courses, there is a procedure they need to be go for the registration. Then also procedure need to be followed for the prepare the proposal, need to be upload in the whatever the specified portal. Based on the thing, they will suggest whether the course is approved or not. Based on if the course is approved, they will given for the 13.5 lakh rupees for the developing the MOOC course. That's like a project. So based on the thing, then also they will given for the which if they in your university if there any education multimedia center is there, probably directly can do for your all video creation, video content editing, whatever the thing that has to be done it in the education multimedia center. If the university is not having for the education multimedia center for the accessible, then probably there is a Ministry of Education they identify for the some of the agencies or empaneled agencies for preparing for the video content and creation. That is there in the thing. That's also very, very important taking into consider. They will create. That's why they are using for the multimedia that high quality learning experience. State of the art system that allows easy access, monitoring and certification, peer group interaction. Some courses they will given for the peer group interaction, they will take into consider the particular time they fixed, then there is an interaction with the thing. Then also very interestingly, some of the courses taking into consider for there is an admitted more than 20,000 students or whatever, something like that. This is also very interesting for the entire India is taking into consider. Then also hybrid model of delivery that adds to the quality of classroom teaching. Then because already given for the Microsoft is given for the entire thing. Then move to the next, very interesting, as far as because we have given for the 9 national coordinator, I am mentioning for the 9 national coordinator offering for the courses under the SWAYAM platform, overall the 9 national coordinators. So here University Grant Commission, they given for the non-technical, postgraduate as well as for the degree program is concerned. Now 2020 onwards, this UGC is only for the regulatory mechanism. They'll given to the CEC, that's for the Consortium for Education and Communication, given for the all PG and UG non-technical courses need to be developed and also put it in the platform. That's given for the CEC. Then AACT, when come to the AACT, under the AACT, NPTEL is there in the thing. Probably somebody, either maybe in your overall the faculty member, probably your children are studying in the engineering college, or maybe somebody having for the teaching in the engineering college, probably they are well versed with these NPTEL courses. These NPTEL courses taken into consideration for the engineering PG as well as for the UG program. Then again AACT is controlled, but NPTEL is managing for the developing the courses. Then also the made available in the platform or whatever the thing. Then again Consortium for Education and Communication, they are given earlier, they are only for the undergraduate program, that all education multimedia center working under the CEC, they will only for the creation of the content, then also video recording, editing or whatever they made available for the SWAYAM courses. Now 2020 January onwards, that all UGC PG courses also hand over to the Consortium for Education and Communication Delhi. So those people only take care of the reviewing the proposal, then also uploading the document or whatever the thing. Then also there is an IGNO, they're taking for the diplomas and certificate courses. Then NCERT, that is for the school education from class 9 to 12th. Then National Institute of Open Air Schooling, that is for the school education from class 9 to 12. Then again management courses, Institute of Bangalore is the national coordinator for the management programs. Then also very interestingly, there is for the Chennai, that is for the National Institute for Technical Teacher Training Research Institute, that is for the Chennai, that is only for the technical teacher training program. They will conduct for the enormous or maybe so many programs related with the as well as the faculty develop FDP program or whatever the thing. These are all the some of the things as well as for the national coordinator is concerned. Then as far as SWAYAM is concerned, it's a digital platform which gives the open access to the information, education and learning to anywhere, anytime, everyone, empowering students of this country. This is also first very interesting. Then as far as in the earlier guidelines, 2016 guidelines, probably just you can type it in the Google, just you can SWAYAM guidelines for the credit transfer. There is a guidelines for available for the 2016 regulation. Based on that regulation, they are given for the 20% of the credit weightages for student opting for courses on SWAYAM platform. This is also very very important. We need to be understand for all the faculty member. Total whatever the courses, probably in a semester, probably we have the 5 courses, 5 subject having for the 4 credit or maybe whatever the thing. Put together probably we have the 80 to 90 credit or whatever the thing. 76 is the minimum, whatever the credit. In the total credit of the in a program of the PG program, based on the total credit, 20% of the credit that need to be earned through the SWAYAM. Suppose any student, if they are earning for the 20% of the credit, that need to be transferred. This is also very very interesting. Then also another interesting thing is due to the pandemic, what they have done March 2021, there is one more guidelines there in the thing. They are given for 40% credit weightage. This is also very interesting. Blended learning which proposed up to 40% online mode. This is also very very interesting, because recently there is a lot of comment raised by the various universities taking into consideration for the very difficult to even so many in the larger scale, so many universities still finding difficulty to implementing for the 20% of the credit. Even some of the universities not entered for the SWAYAM platform or whatever the thing. Then how can be possible for the 40% of the blended learning? It's finding very difficult. These are all some of the issues were there, but as per the regulation in the University Grant Commission March 2021, as well as for the MHRD, they are given for the 40% credit weightage is given for the SWAYAM. That also they given for the blended learning which proposed to up to 40% online mode. This is already there in the regulation. Then access to the best knowledge of and as well as for the best of teachers. This is also very very interesting. Some of the courses is developed by the JNU professors, some of the courses is developed by the National Law School. Even very interestingly, some of the courses is developed by the All Institute of Medical Science, AIMS. So these are all the some of the very interestingly, each student will get an opportunity to interact with the professor in working in the All Institute of Medical Science, or maybe professor working in the JNU. Then also they can have the some kind of, they can learn their teaching, they learn their whatever the courses or whatever. These are all the some of the opportunities given for the entire country. That's why best knowledge and best of teachers available for the entire country is concerned. This is again so many courses, because already given for the 1540 courses are available, 23 lakh students were enrolled. Now there is given for the present almost 1 crore 84 lakh students already they enrolled for the thing, entire concern. Now we are in the 7th cycle. This is only applicable for the 40 the UGC-MOOCs PG courses. Again 83 UG courses are available, because in University of Mysore I am coordinating for only for the PG courses. As of now, there is started for the, I think last month they released for the 40 courses that started from the July to December 2021. Based on the thing, there is already they started for the enrollment. July 1st onwards, you can streaming, you can view the videos, or any student is enrolling, you can view the videos, whatever the thing. Even they will given flexibility for up to August they can enrollment. Some of the courses they will given flexibility for student can enroll for up to August. This is some of the things were there in the thing. Then this is, I will skip for the some of the these objectives implementation, because already you are aware. There is a guidelines is, that's for the credit transfer framework through the SWAYAM for the quality maintenance in the course. This is some of the thing. Then also very interestingly, as far as SWAYAM is concerned, they started for the ARPIT courses, annual refresher program in the teaching, that's under the career advancement. That is there in the thing. These are all the some of the courses, probably I think already they released for the 2nd cycle, probably they are going to release it for the next another 2-3 months for the annual refresher program in teaching. These are all the some of the things. Instead of going for this HRDC center, then they can do for the enrolling the SWAYAM courses in the where they are working, there itself they can study. These are all the some of the flexibilities given. This is only for this, how many universities were participated in the thing. Then taking the life cycle of MOOC courses, first thing is course proposal, then approval. This is very very important. Any faculty are interested for the developing the MOOC courses, then course proposal need to be prepared, that need to be submitted. They are given for the quality as a principal investigator, or maybe quality as a course coordinator. Because very interestingly, probably if you are aware of the thing, past 3-4 years there is no funding from the University Grant Commission as far as major research project is concerned. So earlier every year they are releasing for the so much crore rupees for the doing major research project. As soon as this SWAYAM was initiated in the 2017, then instead of major research project, any faculty are interested, they can go for the developing the MOOC courses. They will given 13.5 lakh rupees for the developing the MOOC courses. Out of 13.5 lakh rupees, in a 3 months or 6 months, whatever the work duration, probably each principal coordinator they will get for the 2 lakh rupees as a remuneration. There is an honorarium for the course coordinator for the content development, coordination, whatever. These are the some of the things were there. Probably you can go to that UGC-MOOC, just type it in the Google, in the download, you can have the all the material available, taking into consider the guidelines, whatever the thing. Then this is for the course proposal and approval. Then again content development, and then very interestingly there is a repurpose, taking into consider for the how we are going to do content development, repurpose if required, that is already there in the thing. Then consent from university for credit. This is very very important. Any university or any institutions, they want to developing the MOOC courses, then again they need to be take the consent from the either board of studies or maybe concerned authorities, whatever the thing, either may be taken into consideration for the thing. Based on the thing, they will need to be approved for the credit transfer. That's also very very important. Then again, as soon as if the credit consent from the university, then also each course coordinator will get the consent letter from the consent register. Probably if your institute is tied up with the university register will give the consent letter for developing the course, and also they will give an authorization for the credit transfer, no issue for the credit transfer or something like that. Then also course announcement, then also content uploading is there, then also student enrollment, course delivery, student activity, interact with the student through form and chats. Then also there is an proctored examination, credit transfer. These are all the some of this life cycle of the MOOC courses. Again, it is under the SWAYAM platform that need to be followed from the 1 to up to 8. We need to be followed for the life cycle of the massive open online courses. That is there in the thing. Then another interesting, any faculty are interested for the developing the MOOC courses, then also they are given for some set of criteria, because earlier there is an eligibility for 5 years PG teaching experience in the respective subject. Now the only thing is you should have a minimum 5 years experience either in teaching in the UG and PG. This is again recently they have done it. Earlier it was there only for the, you should have a minimum 10 years experience in the PG level. Then after that they made it for the 5 years. Now presently there is any teacher having for the 5 years experience comes under the UGC for the whatever the section. Based on the thing, they can develop the MOOC courses under undergraduate as well as for the postgraduate students. Then again course selection, then either taking further, because already you are aware under the CBCS regulation there is so many subject is there in the course, so many subject is there in the elective. Then again you decide whether you want to take for the core subject or you want to make for the elective courses. Then also you are already aware target audience. Some of the courses you taken into consideration for the multidisciplinary courses, they can admit for all the discipline, either science graduate or maybe social science graduate, all the things. Some of the courses are there in the only for the discipline centric, taking into consideration only for the science graduate can admit, something like that. These are eligibility criteria that has to be decided by the concerned course coordinator. Then self paper creation of the team, these are all some of the things. Then approach consent from the university as well as for the, then finally you submit for the national coordinator, where either in management course you need to be approached for the IIMB. If the technical courses you have to approach for the ACT. If the non-technical PG courses and UG courses, you need to be approached for the UGC as well as for the CEC. These are all the some of the things need to be there. Then these are all the some of the that whatever the UGC MOOCs taking into homework before content creation, content delivery, then experience with Latnar. I will not go for the detailing. That's very important. As far as developing the content, we should have a team need to be built by the as a faculty. One is subject matter experts. We need to be as a course coordinator. At least you are having the capability to deliver 40% of the content. The rest 60% probably can pull from the different experience and expert from the different organization or maybe within your organization or whatever the thing. Then also there is a team of subject matter experts, reviewer, editor, multimedia team, studio and animation. Then while preparing the proposal, yes, madam, anything need to be?
Nothing, sir. It's all clear, very clear.
Okay, ma'am. So I'm taking for introductory video, because as soon as submitting the proposal, we need to be make for the introductory video 5 minutes. What is the course content? Then approach for the, because almost in the 2018 to till now, the Minister of Education, they have done for the lot of effort for each university is appointing for the SWAYAM coordinator. Then also they will give for the so many training program. Then also taken into consider for the thing, so many interactive program or whatever the thing. Based on the thing, they probably I think almost in the 600 plus universities, probably I think by and large all the universities they are appointed for the SWAYAM coordinator, because each university SWAYAM coordinator will take care of these procedure, whatever the getting the consent letter, then what is the procedure need to be followed for the thing. Then these are all the proposal. Again there is an UGC-MOOCs Inflinet, there is a link is there you can type it. Then again 15 weeks course content details. Then UGC they will give for, there is an subject matter experts group is there, academic advisory council is there, they will review your proposal, then they will take call for the either maybe in the online interactive meeting or maybe in the earlier they like the offline presentation. So based on the thing they will award the particular course need to be done, something like this. All the some of the thing need to be there. Then funding, because already given for the 13.5 lakh rupees is given. As soon as your course is approved for the content development, 10% of the directly they release the funding for the host institution. Then also 1 week program that need to be prepared. Then again taking for this all the some of the procedure need to be followed. I will not go the detail, because this is only for applicable for the faculty, because in the present audience probably the majority of the student, that's probably I think I will go for a little bit for the student focus. These are all again taking for these UGC-MOOCs, adequate volume of text 8 to 10 pages, because very interestingly whenever you taking for the each unit or each module there is a 3000 words that need to be there in the e-text. Then also there is a video of 25 to 30 minutes video. Then each video is divided by the 10 minutes each. That's also very very important. So many studies already they are conducted for the entire globe, even MIT as well as for the Harvard University. What is the that taken into consideration for the concentration time for the whenever any person is viewing the video. So that's why the taking into consideration for the even as far as SWAYAM platform as well as for the edX and Moodle, Udacity, whatever that platform available for the entire globe, they will take for the 30 minutes video recording. That 30 minutes video split into 3 parts, 10 minutes each. So taken into consideration for that, probably you can view the 10 minute video, probably you can take the rest for the 5 minutes, then you can go for another 10 minutes video, something like that. So some other thing. Then also rich in multimedia, animation, documentary simulation, graphics and virtual lab, that is there in the thing. Then also assessment, some of the courses have the multiple choices, some of the true false, sequencing, matching. Some of the things is the proctored exams is there, you can, they given from the pen and that given for the answer booklet, you can write it. So these are all the, some of the things were there in the thing. Then as far as methodology for the university and college teachers for evaluating for the thing, because very interestingly take for APA scoring, they are given for that there is a lot of scope for faculty, any faculty is involving for developing the MOOC courses or developing for the each modules in the MOOC course there is a point. That point probably that point can be used for the under the annual performance indicators for the as well as for the career that for the in the promotion whatever the thing. These are the some of the thing I will not go. See, this is very interesting as well as for the SWAYAM. The entire SWAYAM courses is divided into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. So based on the thing, when come to the quadrant 1, that is for the e-tutorial, that is for the video, audio content, then also rich in animation, simulation, video demonstration, then also taken into consider the virtual lab. These are all the some of the thing. Then in the thing, then also entire course, suppose as far as I will give an example, 4 credit course, they divide for the maximum, you should have 40 hours. When you are taking for the 40 hours, the 50% should be the quadrant 1. That is the weightage is already there in the guidelines for the Ministry of Education. Based on that guidelines, all the 9 national coordinator, they have to follow the same procedure. Suppose if any teacher or any faculty are developing for the 4 credit courses, you should have a 40 hours. Out of 40 hours, 20 hours will be the given weightages for the video and audio content. That is for the quadrant 1. Rest 20 hours, that's for the 50% is given for the weightages for the quadrant 2, 3, 4. That is for the e-content, PDF, text, e-books, illustration, video demonstration, document, interactive simulation, wherever you put. These are all the some of the thing. You can share some of the document, PDF document, text, e-books, then illustrative exam, something like that. Then also quadrant 3, web resources. You can link the various web resources, then also content, open source contents, then also research paper, journals. Then you can make some kind of assessment. Probably it can take for the in the particular thing. Probably you are all aware of the open book examination. So many other kind of. These are all the some of the things. Probably you can do it in the quadrant 3. Then again quadrant 4, that is the self assessment, that's given for the multiple choice question. Even some courses, as soon as you are enrolling, there is an online test for the 10 marks or maybe 10 questions they will given for understanding what is the student, because the course coordinator need to be understand what is the level of understanding for the student. Probably in a course, probably some 15,000 students are enrolled or maybe 20,000 students are enrolled. If you are conducting in the first week itself, they are conducting for the online test for the 10 marks or maybe 10 multiple choice question, then we will come to know what is the audience, what is the that is a heterogeneous audience or maybe homogeneous audience, what is the level of understanding. So that's also that will assess for the modifying for the various further next week's course modules or whatever the thing. These are the some of the thing. Only thing is we need to be keep it in our mind as a 4 quadrant approach. The first quadrant they will given for the 50% weightage, rest 50% weightage is given for the quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Then these are all the quadrant 1. I will again the video lecture, the self-learning video, this is the same thing, will repeat it. Then very interestingly, taking the SWAYAM initiative forward, very interestingly, initially what they have done, what the Minister of Education, the Minister of Human Resource Development, what they did, the identifying for the each universities, appointing the coordinator, that's for the university UGC-SWAYAM coordinator. The university SWAYAM coordinator can appoint for the university SWAYAM mentors from the their universities. Probably taken into consideration for the thing in our university. Probably if the time permit, I will take for the 5 to 10 minutes a demo of our what our university did as well as for the implementation of the SWAYAM courses. Based on the thing, we have appointed so many mentors. Based on the things, department wise, we have appointed. Suppose if you take for the department of or take for the microbiology, or you take for the physics, or you take into consideration various department, there are so many students were there in the thing. Then again, we appointed for some faculty as a mentor. Then automatically, any student enrolling for these courses, they can directly contact the mentor for these mentor will be taking for the facilitating for the student, taking into consideration for the starting to up to getting the certification. Based on the thing, the mentor will facilitate whether all the student enroll or not. The second thing is all the students are viewing that content, all the students are submitting the assignment, all the students are training for the online test. There's something like that. These are some of the follow-up that the SWAYAM mentor is appointed for the each college level or whatever the thing. Even if you take for the as far as for the NPTEL, they started for the SPOC, the taken into consideration single point of contact. Based on the thing, each college, in engineering college, there is a one person will be the single point of contact, that's under the NPTEL course. So they created for the separate platform. Based on the thing, then all the SPOC name, contact number, everything is there in the thing. The same thing in our.
I cannot hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. The voice is breaking. Hello. Ma'am, I am audible.
Now it is okay, sir. Fine.
Okay. They appointed for the SWAYAM coordinator for the as far as for the University Grant Commission for all the universities. Then they will given flexibility for the university coordinator, consult with the concerned vice chancellor. They can appoint for the mentors for the implementation for the whatever the courses, whichever the department taking the courses. Then I can appoint for some mentors for facilitating the student for the starting from enrollment up to getting the certification. This is some of the attempts were made. Then when taking for the as per the UGC credit framework, this was issued in the 19th July 2016. Based on the thing, they will given for the online learning courses to available on the SWAYAM platform. Then also given for the notification under the notification SWAYAM to notify courses on June 1st and November 1st every year. So 2 cycle as we are following for the submission system, same thing they are following for the every year June 1st, they'll June and November they are releasing the courses. Based on the courses, the SWAYAM coordinator take these courses, then again put it in the web, or maybe you can send it to all the faculty member, all the discipline or department. Then again create an awareness for these are all the courses made available in the SWAYAM platform for the particular cycle. Then again student can enroll. Then also you can same thing you can circulate to the whoever SWAYAM mentor appointed by the concerned department or maybe concerned colleges. The mentor will take care of the taking into consideration for the creating the awareness. Then also see the content, what are the content, which are the courses is more useful for the student or something like that. Then also given for the credit transfer, courses SWAYAM permitted for the credit transfer because already in the guidelines they are given for the mandate for the credit transfer. The choice of courses up to 20% because in the earlier guidelines we already given up to 20% of the credit they can be transferred through the SWAYAM. Now recently in the March 2021 they made it for up to 40% they can go for the blended online mode under the SWAYAM platform. Then these are all the some of the steps need to be followed for the any colleges or any universities starting from the MOOC courses. Make an amendment university through the competent authority, either maybe whatever the council or maybe academic council or maybe board of studies should make an amendment for their ordinance or rules and regulation, incorporate provision for transfer of credit for the MOOC courses as per the UGC regulation. That's also very very important, that need to be done for this in university level. The second thing is select the courses because each cycle in the June and November they are releasing the courses. Based on the things you select the courses which are all the courses very useful. Then also see the courses, then also see the each subject curriculum. Based on the thing whichever the courses is not available in our curriculum, probably can go for the in the SWAYAM platform. That's also there in the thing. Then again a third step is designate course coordinator. This is also very very important. The facilitator, we call it as a university SWAYAM mentors. Based on the thing each college you can appoint either maybe particular discipline you can appoint for the one mentor, or maybe entire college you can have the one mentor for the facilitating for all the student as well as for the SWAYAM is concerned. Then again disseminate information. Universities should widely disseminate the information about courses. Then also bring it to the notice of the faculty member, notice board, the student form workshop. Then also you give it for the orientation program for the student. Then how to enroll, how to access that content, whatever. These are all some of the things need to be followed. Then taking into consideration for the as far as for the course registration, then there is a procedure for the how to enroll for the courses, because in our university we have the full-fledged SWAYAM digital learning monitoring cell. Based on the cell they will help you for each student will give the demo how to enroll the courses, whatever the thing. Then based on the enrollment there is an evaluation process, evaluate the student register for the MOOC courses. Then again this that evaluation process now they given for the national testing agency will take care of evaluation process. Then marks of the student, that is there in the thing, universities will incorporate the marks and grade communicated by the host institution. So as soon as any student is enrolling, current student is enrolling for the MOOC courses, either maybe if the undergraduate course they are doing, the credit need to be transferred only for the undergraduate. If the particular student is in the studying for the pursuing the postgraduate courses, then again if the courses is designed for the postgraduate in the SWAYAM, that credit whatever certificate they have, the same certificate need to be submitted for the concerned examination control of examination. They will get the credit transfer. That is there in the thing. Then these are the some of the procedure as well as for the steps need to be followed any university or any institutions and works under the as well as for the University Grant Commission. Then student also follow for this procedure. Then also very interestingly, these are the some of the interesting thing as a SWAYAM mentor, because SWAYAM mentor they are playing very important role, because SWAYAM coordinator will making the very important role for the entire bridging the university as well as for the UGC for taking into consideration for the various issues and other kind of thing. When come to the SWAYAM mentor, they are playing for the very important roles as far as for the implementation of the SWAYAM courses. Take the UGC-MOOCs initiative forward to the select the subject relevant. Very interestingly, as soon as now the present cycle that 20 subjects is 40 subject is released, based on the thing the SWAYAM mentor they will see the what are the content of these courses, taking into consideration for the thing, overall the professor is developed for the particular courses. Based on the thing, then again you can advise the student, these are all the courses, probably you can discuss with the head of the department of the concerned discipline. Then you decide for the which courses is more useful for the in the student centric or maybe student useful or whatever the thing. Based on the thing, the SWAYAM mentor they take a call for taking into selecting the subject. That's also very interesting. Then mandate student in the department college to participate in the UGC-MOOCs SWAYAM courses. So that's also the thing. Then again advise all the student to, you can take the SWAYAM courses that taking into account available in the UGC-MOOCs in the SWAYAM platform. That is for the mandate need to be done by through the SWAYAM mentor. Then enrollment of the students, because again they have to assist for the how to enroll for these courses. Then disseminate the information about the course to the student, what are the content were there in the course, because these are all available in the SWAYAM platform. Only thing is just you can have an access, then you can see the content, then probably you can disseminate the information of the student. Then ensure that student are actively participating in the course. This is also very important. As soon as enrollment is there, then also we need to be frequently, you can review for the whether all the students are viewing the video or they are participating for the continuous assessment, either maybe in the form of the quiz or maybe discussion forum or maybe submitting the assignment, whatever. These are all the some of the things that need to be monitored by the SWAYAM mentor. Then submit their assignments on time, that need to be there. Then also clarify the doubts conducting the online exams. This is some of the doubts, whatever the thing. So these are all the some procedure that need to be there for the as well as for the SWAYAM mentor. When you are appointed as a SWAYAM mentor in your college, either maybe discipline centric or maybe entire college having for the one SWAYAM mentor or something like that. These are all the some of the thing there in the thing. That's the advantage. At least that will help you for the student directly. That is for the single point of contact. They can directly contact the mentor for asking for the which are all the courses available or maybe what courses need to be taken into consider the SWAYAM, something like this. These are all the some of the things that help you for the in the student fraternity. Then these are all the some of the, I'll not go for the syllabus template, free post course survey, course overview, course time. These are all the some of the thing I will skip. Then this is the guidelines as well as for the UGC guidelines as well as for the regulation credit framework online learning course through in 2016. Then also very interestingly here no university shall refuse any student for credit mobility. Then also very interestingly, as soon as this regulation is there, equivalent credit weightage should be given for the student. Then also even whichever the colleges or the university comes under the UGC, any university or maybe colleges, they refuse to transfer the credit, whatever the credit earned by the student, that is for the punishable under the Act, something like that. These are some of the things already there in the Act. Then every institution shall within a 4 weeks from the date of issue, this regulation shall decide through the competent authority the amendment required in their ordinance, rules, regulation. These are all the very interestingly. As soon as this Act was enacted, based on the thing, each university has to follow. Then again that has to be incorporated in their academic council or maybe board of studies or whatever the thing. What is the credit allotted for the SWAYAM course that need to be mandated, that has to be done in the 4 weeks. These are all the some of the thing already there in the 2016 regulation. When taking for this is the recent 25th March 2021 regulation, they'll given allow only up to 40%. They'll given for the, so only as far as probably in another 2-3 years, probably taking into consider for the thing, if the UGC or maybe taking for the all national coordinator, they started for stringently implementing for these regulations, taking into consider universities given some grants for all the universities as well as for the colleges. Based on the thing, you have to follow for the what is the regulation of the as well as for the SWAYAM. So based on the thing, if they are insisting for the 40% need to be only for the followed for the SWAYAM platform, but our work will be only for the in the traditional classroom, you need to go for the only 60% credit. Rest 40% that has to be SWAYAM platform. Then probably each faculty need to be involved for developing the courses, whatever the developing the MOOC courses, then also they will get the benefit for the student. These are the some of the things as well as for the regulation is concerned. Then these are all the some of the things already we repurpose our core generic papers or whatever. I will not go for the detail. Then developing the e-content, this is again one subject, probably here subject means is a program that is the 16 paper, one paper having for the 30 to 35 model, 20 hours should be the lecture, the total is 560, that whatever the entire program is concerned. These are some of the things. Then 4 quadrant approach, e-text, self-learning, because these are all the some of the things already we discussed. Then again 4 core paper of each semester, there in the 2 hours courses, that 2-year courses, there is nothing. These are all the some of the things I will. Then again these are all the some of the composition of principal investigator. I will not go for the detailing. This is only for the anyhow after presentation I will share the PPT, that whatever the thing. probably student can learn whenever you free, you can read that material that's there in the thing. So here developing the MOOC, one course, one paper, the content is spread over the 15 weeks, comprising about 40 hours, learning for 4 credits. This is the mandate as far as per the guidelines. Then each week to have all this mixture of e-text, audio, assignment, self, whatever the thing. This is the some of the multimedia team, then also principal for the how they're coordinating. These are the some of the things I will there in the thing. Then another interesting, there is an EPG Pathshala. Probably I think you can insist to a student, just you can type it in the EPG Pathshala. There is an EPG Pathshala website is there. Under the EPG Pathshala, you can see the e-text are available. E-text are available for the different subject. There is a very interesting, probably you can download the text, then even faculty also download the text, they can make use for the while delivering the lecture or whatever. These are the some of the interesting things are there. Even if you take for the so many subject, even if you type it in the Google e-Pathshala, EPG Pathshala, there are so many starting from the adult education to architecture, so many courses, e-content are available. These free of cost, you can access this material, you can download, you can read it, or maybe you can circulate to the student, because this is again they created for the under the NMICT in the 2002 when they started for the National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. They are given first, they started for the EPG Pathshala. Under the EPG Pathshala, so many courses, these are all the courses, content is developed by the various professor in the premier institution in the country. Then this is some of the EPG Pathshala as well for the MOOC, that's for the teacher student group is there. When come to the EPG Pathshala, that's for the open education OER, that's for the digital repository is available, you can read it. But when come to the MOOCs, there is a teacher student is there, that is the difference between the MOOC courses as well as for the open education resources. Then these are all the some of the things. I will not go for the detail thing, because there is a thing that time also very important. So here when you taking for the digital aspect, these are all the some of the SWAYAM, create learning plan, online course discover, application process, program planning. These are all the some of the things that need to be followed by the procedure as a student is taking to consider. Then these are all the some of the initially they started 2011. Then guidelines developed by the principal investigator, content creation 13-15. Then 2016 they made some kind of attempt. 2017 onwards full-fledged they started for the implementation of the SWAYAM courses, probably taken into consideration for the presently probably more than 200 plus universities already they implemented for the SWAYAM courses. Then 200 plus universities already they involved for the content development, for the course development of all the faculty were there in the thing. These are all again this is only given for the EPG Pathshala. This EPG Pathshala, there you can access for just type it in the Google, you can access for the arts, humanities, language, engineering. These are all the e-content material is available, you can make use of the thing. Then moving to the next thing, these are all the SWAYAM, probably just you can type it in the. Then also 2018 they released for the handbook of the SWAYAM for the entire country, how many courses are available, overall the course code, whatever the country, these are all the handbook are available, but it's for in the first cycle they introduced. Then very interestingly, this is also very interesting, there is a SWAYAM program. Probably I think this is not only for the student fraternity, this is also useful for the as a faculty. Very interestingly, because some of the in your home, some students, some children aspirant for the IITs or whatever the thing, JEE or whatever the thing, because this SWAYAM Prabha they have done for the 24/7 channel, education channel, that device for the so many things. Very interestingly, in the 2018, one of the success model of the SWAYAM Prabha, that is for the thing, that is for the IIT part, that is for the professor assisted learning, that is for the IIT for, that is for the aspirant for JEE main or JEE advanced. They have done for this course that has to be available in the channel in the SWAYAM Prabha. Probably you can ask your cable supplier for in your locality, probably they charging for 1,800 to 2,000 rupees for procurement of the dish. Then you can directly connect into the TV. You can see for the watch for the 24/7, because this is very interesting. In the college, probably I think in your college there is so many classrooms having for the multimedia as well as for the some of the ICT tools. Based on the thing, probably one classroom we can dedicate for only for the SWAYAM Prabha. These will be run it in the 24/7. Any faculty are free, they can come and watch that whatever the lecture video. Any student they are free, they can come and watch that. These are all some of the things that will help you for an advantage for the student as well as for the faculty fraternity. Then also this will taking then additional credit for the whenever they are going for the NAAC accreditation or maybe that for the NRF ranking, they will give some kind of points for whether your institution having for the SWAYAM Prabha or maybe accessing for the SWAYAM courses developing the SWAYAM courses, something like that. These are all the some. Then when come to the as far as UGC MOOCs, there is a separate website is there. There you can go to the UGC courses, coordinator, credit transfer. Then also so many materials are available. Just type it in the UGC MOOC courses. Then this is for our university. Just you can go to our Mysore University. There is a we curated link of digital institute by UGC, SWAYAM, EPG Parshal and SWAYAM Prabha. All these things were there. Ma'am, can I take another 10-15 minutes or?
No problem, sure.
No problem. Okay. So this is very interesting because this is added recently that initiatives of on NMICT. Then again, this is very important for the as well as for the student paternity is concerned. So this is already given for the SWAYAM Prabha because this is very useful. 24/7 32 channel that developed by the IITs, NPTEL, UGC, CEC. They are all the channel partner. Again, this is free detailed services of Doordarshan also available. Probably every day there will be new content of at least 4 hours which would be repeated 6 times in a day. So this is very important that need to be there in the thing. Probably I think we can my advice I request Dr. Kavlakar principal madam, probably I think you can install for the SWAYAM Prabha in your institution. Probably that will advantage for the student and also taking for this is SWAYAM Prabha that will help you for 24/7 education channel. Anytime anybody is free, they can go and view that whatever the lecture available in the SWAYAM Prabha. This is very interesting. Then another here there is a national digital library because already you are aware that is for the NDL, that's IIT Kharagpur is the national coordinator for the national digital library. So under the national digital library, the only thing is as in your institution just only for the create your registration login. Based on the thing you can have the probably more than 65 lakhs of books are available for in the digital form. So any student based on the discipline wise they can download the content. This is very useful. Then also they will ask you for the NAC or whatever the thing whether your institution is registered under the NDL National Digital Library. Probably I think already in your colleges probably is there in the NDL registration. Probably that if they can access for all the student for the whatever the digital repositories available in the National Depository Library that they can make use of the thing. Then there is also very interesting, there is a spoken tutorial. This is also one additional thing they initiated by the under the NMICT. Under the spoken tutorial, that is not only for the student fraternity, then also taken into in general public also. Somebody want to suppose is a housewife, she wanted to start for the new account. Then what is the procedure? Probably she can go to the spoken tutorial, she can type it, what is the thing, then automatically they will give the procedure. Then also they will give for the sequencing of the video. So these are all the some of the innovative thing they have done for the under the NMICT that for the in the larger addressing for the ICT tools. This is also there in the thing in the spoken tutorial. Then this is very useful for virtual labs for the as well as for because already that Horrell Science Institute they are having for the graduate and postgraduate they are having for the science discipline. Probably this virtual lab that will help you for the student because this is again developed by the IIT Kharagpur, IIT Hyderabad. Then also so many other premier universities they are having for the virtual labs. Based on the virtual labs, just you can go to this virtual labs. There is a demo videos are available in the particular experiment. There is a demo video is there. Then also there is a procedure. Then what are the content? What are the norms and standards? These are the some of the information is there. This is useful for not only for the student. Then also it's useful for the faculty fraternity. Based on the thing you want to do some kind of experiment. Sometimes you are finding difficulty to get the output. Probably this virtual lab will help you for drawing some kind of that whatever that. Taking into consider for the information related virtual lab. Anyhow, these are all the links are available in the presentation. Probably you can circulate these PDF form of the presentation. Probably anytime the student are free, they can access for all this information. These are all the links are available for the important links for this SWAYAM. Then SWAYAM Prabha. Then again National Digital Library. Then again EPG Parshal. Then also spoken tutorial. Then also very interestingly there is a virtual lab. Then also education in there is for the ICT initiative. These are all the some of the links are available. This is for the thing. I will take another 2-3 minutes or maybe another 10 minutes taking for the what we have done for the as far as our university is concerned. Okay, as far as our university is concerned, we started SWAYAM course. University of Mysore is one among the state university to offer massive open online courses under the SWAYAM platform. because already you are aware, so many students, probably so many are aware of the Mysore University, because very long back, probably 20 years back, we started for the education multimedia resource center is available in our university. Based on the thing, universities of Mysore started one of the state university offering MOOC courses under the SWAYAM platform. By adopting SWAYAM, the University of Mysore has become the first university in Karnataka to offer massive open online courses. So based on the thing, these are all the high city. Then also already you are aware, various academicians in the country from All Institute of Medical Science, Indian Institute of Science, JNU, National Law School, various other top university in the country for offering these courses. This is very useful for the entire student fraternity, for at least you can have the knowledge of what other university they are doing, what is the other professor is teaching for the particular subject. That I think they can give the in-depth knowledge of the particular subject is concerned. Then we started, as far as under the Honorable Vice Chancellor, we started SWAYAM Digital Learning full-fledged 24/7 SWAYAM Digital Learning Monitoring Cell. Then initially we made resolution of minimum 4 credit through the course under the SWAYAM platform as an open elective. We are not touched for the core paper as well as for the hard core as well as for the soft core. Only we are given option for the open elective, because as far as CBCS regulation, probably you are all having the same. They are having for the minimum 4 as well as for the maximum 12 credit they can earn for the under the open elective. They will give an option in a student for the entire 2-year courses in the PG course. They can earn 12 credit through the SWAYAM. Okay, then we will give them. Or we can only for the minimum 4 credit, that mandate thing that need to be followed for the SWAYAM. Then again first cycle, 1st July 2018 we started. Then again we 4th, 5th, then presently we have the 6th, 7th cycle. Then so many students have achieved for the 87%. Then also taking into consideration even in the 97% they achieved for the thing in the topper of the university. Then again 4th cycle also so many students were enrolled. Then also there is a one.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, sir, to interrupt you, but we are unable to see your screen. Like, have you presented any PPT or something? It's completely blank.
It's blank. One second. I'll do.
Yes.
1 second. I'll say it, madam. Sorry.
No problems.
Madam, now screen is visible?
Sir, no.
No. Okay, 1 minute, madam. Madam, now it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. This is again just run it another 2-3 minutes, because your time also very important. So here as far as we started, these are all the some of the attempt were made. There's so many students secured highest marks for the entire. Even we have this JSS speech and hearing as well as for the All Institute of Speech and Hearing. There's so many students were interested for the joining these courses, then waiting for the highest marks. Even in the 4th cycle, there is a one student who got 99% taken into consideration for the under the SWAYAM. Then 5th cycle, July, December, that is end, National Testing Agency Delhi has scheduled the exam. Because of the pandemic, they postponed the exam thing. Then 6th cycle, the examination need to be conducted. 7th cycle, recently they released the subject, 40 subject under the PG courses, started from the July to December. Then again, this was started from the July 1st, probably that some of the courses they can enroll up to August. August they given for the flexibility for the last date for the enrollment. Then this is again, anybody visit our University of Mysore website. There is a separate, go to the academics, there is a center, there is a SWAYAM Digital Learning Monitoring Center. There we given for all the overview activities, workshops, whatever the information. Then also we are conducted so many workshops taken into consideration for the not only for the student, then also taking for the capacity building for the teachers, taken into consideration for the understanding the MOOC course. So these are all the some of the attempts were made. Then also very interestingly, recently we have signed with MOU with Administrative Training Institute. That is also very important, because you are all aware, Administrative Training Institute providing for the training and capacity building of the officers. So based on the thing, we have tied with the MOU with the ATA. We need to be developed for the so many MOOC courses, then made available for the ATA platform, because these officers and who are there in the officers in the government servant, they can access these courses. then make use of these courses for the thing, for the learning, for the enhancing the knowledge. These are some of the things for that. Then also recently we have conducted the workshop training program for all these officers who are all involved for the content development and course development. Then we have made the display boards. Initially, as in 2018, we have made for the display boards for the what do you mean by UGC-MOOCs, what are the content. Then also we created for the so many brochures we circulated for all the thing. Then we have the display boards taking into consider for the thing. Then also we have DTH, that's Swayam Prabha. So many department we have installed for the DTH services. Then also flipped classroom there. Whenever the classes is that they can use for the ICT tool for the classroom. Whenever the classroom is free, they can view the videos, whatever the videos are available in the under that Swayam Prabha 24. These are some of the flipped classroom we have created. These are some of the things, and also we have pulled from the so many resources from the InfliGNet as well as for the UGC for conducting the training program for the teachers as well as for the student for creating the awareness of these Swayam courses as well Swayam courses there in the thing. These are also some of the things were there. Then also very interestingly, in the 2018 first time we have conducted for the exams, because first time before creating for the National Testing Agency, they will given for the there is a two observer appointed by the University Grant Commission. They deputed for our university for monitoring for the overall oversee the how they are conducting the exam. We have conducted for the SWAYAM exam. At the time, University of Mysore got the certification of excellent certification for the conducting the SWAYAM exam. Then later, that whole thing they given for the National Testing Agency, the apex body they created for the entire country. Now the NT is conducting the exam for the entire country under the SWAYAM examination. These are all some of the things were there. I think these are all some of the links were there. Probably you can, whenever you free, probably you can type it in the Google. You can share these links and whatever the thing. These are all some of the thing. I don't know. Probably in little bit fast for covering all these aspect. Probably if you have any doubts or anything, probably can have a discussion. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, thank you.
Yeah, ma'am. Now there is some feedback, some questions were there in the chat box. We'll take one by one, or we can take the audience to ask for the whatever the doubts they have.
So firstly, thank you for your wonderful presentation and such informative things that you told to us. I do find a question on the YouTube channel wherein a student asks, like, are there any courses provided by, on the SWAYAM platform which are useful for competitive exams or which can get them through foreign universities?
Ma'am, as far as present in the SWAYAM platform, as far as for the non-technical courses, we don't have any courses designed for the competitive exams. But when you're taking for the IITs, because already given there is an IIT, there is so many courses available for the only for the these IITs aspirants.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I hope your question was answered. Are there anyone among here 65 participants?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Please unmute yourself.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
can we do 2 courses at a time through online?
See, the thing is, madam, you can do multiple courses based on your your strength. The only thing is, at a time, they will allow for the credit transfer for the only one course. Your student of the pursuing student of post graduation or maybe undergraduate, they will allow only for the 4 credit courses need to be enrolled in that time. Only that credit transfer will be applicable for the only 4 credit. Even that option should be created by your institutions. Otherwise, you can get the certificate. Probably you can at a time you can enroll for 3-4 courses. You get the certificate. Because one course itself finding difficulty to complete. Because there is a lot of things were there. At a time you can do. That is not an issue. Only thing is credit transfer. They will take only one course.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Pooja, I hope your question was answered. Anybody else? Any clarifications? Any difficulties? Students?
I think sir has very clear lecture sir has given. So I don't think so they have any questions as such. Wonderful presentation, sir. Very nice.
Thank you very much, madam. Anyhow, there is no issue. Probably I'll leave my email and as well as for the PPT. Probably whenever they're free, probably they can send a mail. Whenever I'm free, probably I can reply their mail, whatever the question they're having. But my advice is because already you are making for the already in the NAC accreditation you got for the A certification.
Yes, sir.
Because continuation of this accreditation that need to be there in the thing. Probably you need to be involve some of the faculty for developing the content as well as for the as a course coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Then also you can initiate some of the ICTA initiative for the Swayam Prabha or whatever the thing. That is my advice.
Sir, we'll be always in touch with you and see that you'll be our guide.
Yeah, madam, no issue, madam, no issue, madam. That is not
Really. Thank you. Yeah.
okay.
So
Once again, I'll thank you very much for the RL Science Institute as well as for the Dr. Srimati J.S. Kavlekar ma'am and as well as for the Sudha Sarikar because she has made an attempt for contacting me and fixing the dates and other things. Morning she told because morning we had a review because so many other things were there. Anyhow, thank you very much given an opportunity for as a resource person I spending for 1.5 hour for the in your institution. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the faculty as well as for the organizing committee member. Thank you one and all.
thank you once again, sir. Participants, kindly note, feedback link is shared on the Zoom chat box as well as it will be shared on the WhatsApp and YouTube. You will receive the certificates only after successful submission of it. And now coming to the end of this remarkable webinar, I request Dr. Suresh Kumbar sir, Assistant Professor in Chemistry, to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Our beloved principal, Dr. J. Kavlekar ma'am, Honorable Resource Person, Dr. H.S. Kumar sir, esteemed colleagues, learned participants, and dear students, friends. Myself, Dr. Suresh Kumbar, very happy to propose vote of thanks. At the outset, I am grateful to Dr. H.S. Kumar sir for accepting our invitation in spite of his busy schedule and enlightening us with his knowledge, this information about SWAYAM and online courses, which will help us in our studies and future. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I am very much thankful to our principal, Dr. J.S. Kavlekar madam, for her gracious presence and constant support in conducting this national webinar. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
I also thank Dr. Satish MP sir, IQAC coordinator and member, secretary of KLE Society for his cooperation. I also thank our webinar committee members who really worked hard to make this event successful. Last but not least, I thank all the participants and students for paying their attention and making this national webinar a meaningful. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Once again, a sincere thanks to the resource person and all the participants for joining us today. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. In your busy schedule also, you accept our invitation. Thank you, sir.